Okay, welcome to Module 6, identifying your 3 exclusive hot topics. We spent a little bit of time this week outlining the key components to appearing confident and charismatic on camera, right? We've been polishing our image. But now I want to start moving into the real guts of the training course. In order to really leverage media for maximum exposure, you have to position yourself in the eyes of the producers and of the target audience as an expert in your field. This is what's going to move you ahead of the competition, okay? The way to do this is by polishing your message and by creating hot topics for features to be placed around you and your brand, okay? It's one thing to know that we have a story to share. And it's another thing, guys, to be able to craft it in a way that is enticing to producers and to editors. Because remember, everyone out there wants to sell something. So what's going to make you different, right? Why should a producer pay attention to you? We've talked about polishing your personal image. Now I want to talk about polishing your media material. So hot topics are show segment pitches. What this means is a producer uses these to get inspiration for their next show segment. So if you approach them with these little bits of inspiration, these hot topics already thought out and ready to go, they'll be all ears, right? If they like the hot topic that you're presenting, you are so much more likely to get featured than not. So a hot topic is a carefully written form of communication intended basically to sell a producer or a magazine editor on the idea of having you or your story be featured, right? Whether it's a show, whether it's a magazine, you want to get their attention. Now, you may have been in business for 40 years, or you may just be starting. Regardless of how long you've been in business, the key is to get featured on TV and to get yourself established as an expert. That's the way you're going to get yourself on TV, right? As someone with something of interest to say. And the best way to really do this is to hone in and craft that image, that expert image, okay? And you do this by identifying 3 things you want to be known for, okay? Remember, you want to be looked at as an expert. You want to be known as someone who is known for mastering one of 3 things, okay? What I mean by this is, okay, let's pick this example. You own a yoga studio, and you know 100 different yoga stances, right? Every pose, every dog thing. I'm not a yogi, but dog, downward dog, yes, that one I know, okay. The problem is you don't want to appear on TV with, you know, on 20 different television shows talking about 20 different poses. What you want to do is you want to be on different programs talking about the same 3 poses over and over and over again. You want to become known as the expert in those 3 poses, okay? Because part of the value of appearing in media is so that you solidify yourself as an expert in your field, right? You do this so that people can get comfortable and buy from you, okay? And you need to perfect communicating just 3 messages. Not 50, not 20, not 10, 3, okay? So your task for today is to identify what are the 3 most powerful hot topics around your business. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're a chiropractor, right? One hot topic would be that, you know, you might pitch to stations, I have the 5 necessary stretches that people who sit at a desk all day need to do. Identify this, go out, and then talk about it everywhere. And you'll become known as the guy who knows about the stretches for people who sit at a desk all day. Now, if I'm a client and I'm an audience member and I've got back pain because I sit at a desk all day, and you've just become the de facto neighborhood expert on curing back pain through stretching because of people who sit all day, well, guess what? I've heard you and I've seen you booked on 5 local TV and radio stations in the last 6 months. When I need a chiropractor, of the 350,000 in my city, I'm going to be seeking you out. Hello, media visibility, right? Hello, sales. You have to keep in mind that you're not being booked so much for you as you are being booked for your story and the expertise that you offer on a particular topic. You know what field and sector you're in. Now, I want you to go craft what topic you want to be known for. And then what I want you to do is literally plan to flood the marketplace with that messaging. What are your 3 main things? Pick one of them and flood the market. Pick a second one and flood the market. Pick a third one, flood the market. But only flood the market as an expert on those 3 things. If the content of your show segment is good and you really are the star, then you're going to be the appropriate person to offer that expertise, right? So this goes really back. We're taking it back to Module 1 when we covered Media Mindset Mastery, okay? The segment has to be of interest to your audience, not just you. So after this video, when you're coming up with your 2 to 3 unique hot topics, I want you to make sure you're thinking about them from the perspective of the viewer. If you were watching TV or listening to a podcast, what would you want to hear about, right? You may have something that you think is of interest in your business, but what would the audience find of interest? The format of a pitch, especially for television and radio, is different, guys, for pitching sales live, okay? It's different than reading to a customer, talking to a client. Reading through and talking through a lens, really quite different. So, producers, they prefer to receive things in a way that includes certain guidelines. When you're pitching to producers, you have to give them exclusivity and you have to identify what your hot topics are. And then, once we do that, we're going to craft them in a way that offers a unique and compelling hook, complemented by strong speaking points and even stronger sound bites. Now don't worry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're going to get into all this detail in upcoming modules. For now, simply know that there really is an art and a science to creating hot topic pitches. And if you want to gain that effectivity, if you want to be effective in gaining the attention of producers and in turn get that coveted media spot, you need to become an expert on one of 3 things, okay? Now, to be clear, if you're invited to appear on a TV program, you're only going to go on air to work one of your hot topics. So I'll give you an example in my case. Okay, say that I'm booked because I'm a lifestyle expert and I'm speaking to people about life after 40. Okay, my hot topics might include career change later in life, marriage after 40, and I don't know, how to tackle limiting beliefs in middle age, right? I'm a lifestyle expert. Those are my 3 main areas that I speak about. If and when I get booked to appear on a program, I would only go in and pitch the producer with one of those intentions, okay? I would only go in and talk about one of those topics, not all 3. So, for today's homework, I want you to look at the big picture of your business and identify what are the 3 hot topics that you feel would be the most value for the viewer, aka your potential customer, right? What 3 areas do you want to start becoming recognized as the leader in your local neighborhood, right? And later, you're going to start becoming recognized as the national authority. Do this exercise, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next module. How and why to craft your unique media